The FCC has ruled that you can get your cable TV programming through devices other than the cable boxes offered by your cable company. This means that instead of renting the box from Comcast, for example, you could add a Comcast subscription to your Apple TV or Roku box. You would still pay the subscription fee, but you wouldn't pay the rental fee for the box. This is not a done deal, but hopefully it's a step in the direction of increasing competition, of which there's very, very little in the cable world, at least to some degree. And we've reported in the past, a lot of people don't know, you're already allowed to buy your cable box instead of renting your cable box. But it's not quite so simple. It's more limited than literally adding your cable subscription to something like Roku. So at its core, Lewis, this is a very, very good thing and a great decision.
Yeah, it's a victory. It's a small victory. I think that there's still a lot of work to be done. I mean, we still can't even, it's still a bundled package. The prices are still completely inflated, probably because these companies, they're monopolies, really.
Yeah, and we've reported on the cord cutting that's been going on. We've talked about people canceling cable. And while it isn't overwhelming numbers, it's clearly been enough to get some action from the big cable providers, most of which have some of the worst customer service reputations around. There's original content being created by Netflix and Amazon, and this has also helped it has also hurt the standard legacy cable companies. And it's not that Netflix and Apple aren't big corporate America, right? I mean, for people who say, I'm against big corporations controlling our content, I really like Apple and Amazon and Netflix. Those are huge, huge corporations, but they are new guard versus old guard. It's more new money versus old money. And there is definitely something there. Now, what we have to remember, Lewis, is you know how these things can work. And I don't know yet, because this hasn't been made a 100% reality. If you say, okay, I'm going to buy my box, I'm going to use my Roku box to get my Comcast programming. Comcast says, fantastic. You're now saving $10 a month because you're not renting a box from us. And we have something called the freedom from the box fee, where you don't use our box, and that carries an $8 charge, for example, or whatever. Hopefully, the way the legislation is ultimately written or the ruling is issued will prevent the cable companies from saying, sure, you save the $10, but then you pay 8 or 10 or 12 because you're not using our box. I'm hopeful, Lewis, that this is something the FCC has thought about.
I'm sure they're thinking about it. Well, whether or not they can act on it is another matter.
Yeah.
And my advice to people would be cut the cord. Cut the cord right now.
You haven't had cable for a long time.
I can't remember the last time I had cable.
And you still survive. You're able to get all your cooking done, and you know about what's going on and all that stuff.
I have an antenna,
right,
and I can get some channels that way.
Mm-hmm.
I can watch football.
Right.
And I have Netflix, and that's all I need. I mean,
right.
I don't need to browse through 100 channels and not find anything to watch on them and pay $100 a month to do that. I don't need to do that.
Yeah, Lewis doesn't need to do it. Lewis isn't doing it, and Lewis will not do it no matter what you say, unless you make a really compelling argument to him, I guess, on Twitter. He's on Twitter at Lewis Motamedy, and I'm on Twitter at dpakman. Warby Parker is offering a free 5-day home try-on to give you the opportunity to check out their glasses. I personally wear Warby Parker glasses when I'm not wearing my contact lenses, and I also started with one of these free at-home try-ons of 5 pairs of glasses. You can get your free home try-on and support the David Pakman Show at warbyparkertrial.com/TDPS. I don't really like going into glasses stores and trying on glasses while the salesperson sort of hovers over me, and I like more than 30 seconds to actually figure out whether I like the glasses. So with the Warby Parker home try-on, I was able to pick 5 pairs that I liked, put them on in the comfort of my own home, pick the one I like the most, and then Warby Parker put my prescription lenses in there for me. A lot of people don't know that the eyeglass industry is controlled by just a few big corporations that keep prices very high, like $300 for prescription glasses high, which is just insane. Warby Parker glasses start at $95. That's what mine cost. And for every pair of glasses sold, Warby Parker distributes a pair of glasses to someone in need. You can try 5 pairs and see what you like. Check out the at-home trial and support our show by going to warbyparker.com/TDPS. It costs nothing.